Welcome back, my dear students. Let me start once again. Last time what we did, we discussed about function declaration or prototype in your C programming when we write our own user-defined functions. Let us start with the remaining two aspects of our C function. The next aspect is a function definition. Now what we have been done so far we have been declared just a function with its name and if any argument list. Now the point has come, we need to write down the function definition. Now function definition is, if you see the syntax, will come to know immediately. See, function definition is what? It's just we are adding a body component to your declared function. So the header part will be as it is. Okay, it will be just like as function declaration. There will be return type as it is, function name will be as it is, as like your function declaration, and then arguments list. Suppose in your function declaration you have been given 3 arguments as an input, then in your this definition you must have those 3 arguments as a part of your arguments list. Okay, so only the change now, as a part of function definition I am writing a block of code or I am giving body to this function. Okay, so that's why please remember, when you write the function definition, for the function header there is no any semicolon at the end, and then what we do, we give as like our main function here. For our user defined function 2, we give the open curly brace, then we write down the body of function. It means we write down all the statements of the function to do a certain task. Okay, once it is over, as like your main function even, we close our user defined function by this closed curly braces. This will be now, the first part was a header, now we got the body of that function. So now our user defined function declaration and definition part is completed. Now whenever I want to call that function in any other user defined function or in main function, what I need then? I need the third aspect of my that function in our C programming. So if you see here, so what we have been discussed? We have been discussed so for function declaration, which gives the information about the function name, function parameters and its return values. Apart from that, we discussed on what? Function definition. This is, or we can say this contains all the statements which we want to execute under this particular function declaration or prototype. Okay, or we can say in simple words, it's just a body of that function. And then your function call is the we are calling that function in originality or in actual sense for the execution, and then we call that function. If you see now here difference between the syntaxes of your declaration, definition and call, you will find here, when we call any function, we call that function only by its name and the number of arguments we pass to it. And similarly, we are also going to end that particular function call with this semicolon. If it is a single word or single word function name, then if no arguments, then we will simply write that particular function name, your open parenthesis, close parenthesis and then semicolon. Okay, so these are the 3 main aspects of your any user defined function when we want to use in our C programming. Now the same aspect would like to do or would like to see with the help of our C programming. Okay, for the same I am going to use here our Turbo C editor, where first of all I will introduce you how to write any function using standard functions, first part, and second part will be there. Same program will try to write with the help of user defined function. So let us start with our programming stuff. Okay, I think up to this moment you got that our user defined function comes with 3 main components. First is its header, that is known as function declaration or prototype. Second is a function call, and third is a function definition. Now I am going to introduce you the same thing with the help of program. So thank you very much for up to this point you have been listening patiently.